Compressed air procedure. Compressed air comes in contact with the packaging materials and the product at the automatic bagging unit. This air is filtered through a 0.3 micron filter, and a moisture trap adjacent to the point of use removes any accumulated condensation from the airline. This system was set up by the equipment manufacturer. The moisture trap is drained on a daily basis. The filter is changed on a quarterly basis and is included in the plant's PM program. All air hoses are stored off the floor, and the nozzles are run through the dishwasher during allergen cleanup and switchover. The compressed air is tested for purity through the moisture trap. Condensation is drawn aseptically from the trap and tested microbiologically for aerobic plate count, or APC, on a quarterly basis. Exterior grounds maintenance. The area around the exterior of the plant building is to be maintained free of accumulated trash and debris. Storage of pallets and the temporary storage of maintenance-type materials shall be neat and orderly and at least 10 feet from the building perimeter. Due to the sections of the lot not being paved, there is a need to ensure that dust and puddles of standing water do not become food safety concerns. All vegetation around the immediate perimeter of the plant and pods needs to be cut down and maintained in an attractive condition. Receiving procedures. All deliveries must be logged on the receiving log and inspection of the vehicle performed. Products received should be immediately placed on hold. The purpose of this procedure is to ensure that all raw materials and packaging components are received in excellent and usable condition. If the LTL shipment arrives with no lock, then the shipment needs to be closely checked for any signs of tampering or damage, and this information recorded. If there is any sign of tampering or damage, then the shipment needs to be evaluated by the shipping supervisor or production manager and the supplier notified. For each raw material and packaging item, the supplier's lot numbers must be present so that full traceability in the plant can take place. Upon receipt, the raw materials and packaging components shall be placed in the racks in a neat and orderly manner. The receiver shall inspect the trailer prior to its being unloaded, using a flashlight if needed. The following criteria need to be checked and documented on the receiving checklist. All of these criteria could be indications that the shipment must be rejected. Holes in the roof, sidewalls, or floor, excessive dirt and trash in the trailer, dirty pallets or pallets with missing or damaged boards, off odors, chemicals or other potentially hazardous materials on the same truck as our raw materials and packaging, evidence of bird, rodent, or insect activity. If any of the above issues are observed, the shipping supervisor or production manager shall make a determination as to whether the shipment will be accepted or rejected. If rejected or marginally accepted, then the supplier must be contacted through the company's approved supplier program. Shipping procedures. The purpose of this procedure is to ensure that all finished products are maintained in excellent condition and shipped to the customer in the proper manner. When the truck that is to be loaded arrives at the plant, the following inspection shall take place prior to loading the vehicle, and the inspection documented. This inspection shall be documented and become part of the shipping manifest and stored in the office files for at least 1 year. All of these criteria could be indications that the vehicle must not be loaded until the conditions have been corrected. Holes in the roof, sidewalls, or floor, excessive dirt and trash in the trailer, dirty pallets or pallets with missing boards, off odors, chemicals being transported on the same truck as food products, evidence of rodents, insect, or other pest activity. If the driver is from a third-party trucking company or from a customer, the driver must have a company-issued identification number. If he does not have such identification, then the company shall be contacted and the driver's identification confirmed prior to loading the vehicle. After loading the vehicle, a tamper-resistant numbered seal shall be placed on all doors leading into the trailer, even if the trailer is a LTL. These numbers shall be recorded on the shipping manifest. This is to verify that, at the time of shipping, the vehicle was sealed by the plant. At that point, it is the customer's or shipping company's responsibility for maintaining the integrity of the shipment. Trucks may only be loaded for shipment by trained shipping staff. All shipments must be logged on the shipping log and the driver information recorded. Foreign contaminants procedure. The purpose of this procedure is to help prevent foreign contaminants from entering the product. The production manager shall be responsible for ensuring that all employees are continually aware of any potential foreign materials that may enter the product stream in cooking, in process, and in packaging. As cooking employees perform their tasks, they are to visually check the moving of ingredients from containers to the cookers to help ensure that no foreign material enters the product that might have been in the ingredients. They are to also be aware of any potential foreign material that may be present in the room or in the cookers that possibly could contaminate the product. Cooks are required to check the height of their paddles and their kettles before cooking to mitigate the risk of metal-on-metal contact. All containers of ingredients and processed products and finished products shall be kept covered at all times. In packaging, employees are to visually check as products are moved into and through the manual and automatic bag filling equipment. If any foreign material is found in the product, that product must be placed on a quality hold for the general manager's evaluation. Glass and brittle plastics. To ensure that all glass within the plant is identified and logged, and to prevent the contamination of products with glass. Glass refers to any item made of glass, including but not limited to light bulbs, gauge faces, windows, clock face plates, dock lights, insect light trap bulbs, computer monitor screens in the plant or warehouse, and forklift lights. The maintenance department is responsible for developing a log of all glass in the plant. The department is also responsible for keeping the log up to date with any new items containing glass. All departments are responsible for providing adequate training for all employees to understand their responsibilities and need for compliance with this glass procedure. This training must be done for all new employees and for all current employees on at least an annual basis. The training program must be documented. Each employee attending training will sign a sheet indicating that they had participated in the training. The trainer shall develop and utilize a written quiz for all employees being trained in order to evaluate the employee's comprehension of the material presented. This simply takes place on the test that you will be taking when you are finished with training. There shall not be any glass permitted in any part of the plant other than the main offices, except for what is included on the glass log. This is a tricky question on the test because a lot of people, when it asks, is glass permitted in the building, want to say no, but the correct answer is only if it's allowed on the glass log. There is glass in the building, but it is on the glass log. All lights in production areas, warehouse, chemical storage room, and the maintenance shop must be shielded against breakage. Fluorescent light tubes must be covered with plastic sleeves with end caps. All replacement fluorescent light tubes must be stored inside a sealed cardboard box away from production or storage areas. Mercury or sodium vapor lights should be shielded by the use of an industry-accepted light fixture guard that, when installed, would fully contain all glass fragments if the light bulb were to break. Dock lights must be equipped with shatterproof bulbs. All forklift lights and mirrors must be shatterproof. All clocks and gauge or device dials and/or faces must have a plastic facing. All windows and walls or doors within the plant shall have a shatterproof film applied. If a shatterproof film is applied, a decal should be applied to each window and door indicating the presence of that film. If any other glass or item containing glass is needed in the production or warehouse areas, a written note indicating the type of item, date, and location shall be recorded and presented to the general manager for their review and approval. If a glass breakage incident occurred, the following steps must be taken to protect exposed product and production zones. You must stop production within a 20-foot radius of the incident. Place all ingredients, in-process product, finished product, and packaging material on a quality hold. Any product where glass shards are observed, that product should immediately be disposed of. Thoroughly clean all equipment and surrounding areas within the 20-foot radius. The equipment and area must be inspected by the general manager prior to production restarting. This incident must be documented. A thorough evaluation of all components on hold must be conducted by the general manager prior to it being released. This is the reason we don't allow glass in the building. It's a lot of work anytime glass breaks. So if you have any drinks that are in a glass, dressings, anything like that, you really just don't bring it through the warehouse because it just causes more problems than it's worth, especially if it breaks. Utility knife procedure. Each utility knife will be numbered and assigned to an employee. Knives will be stored on numbered hooks when not in use. Knives must not be left unattended at any time except when they are stored on the hooks. All knife blades must be checked for nicks, cracks, dullness, or any other defect, a minimum of once per week. All blades must be changed if any defects are present. These checks and blade changes are the responsibility of the employee that the knife is assigned to. The employee must document all checks and blade changes in the utility knife log. If any defects are present during inspection, the employee will be required to change the blade. If a knife is damaged and becomes unusable, it must be turned over to the maintenance supervisor for repair or disposal. The employee will then be assigned a replacement knife. All unassigned knives will be stored in a locked area by the maintenance supervisor. Once an employee is assigned a knife, it becomes their responsibility to maintain it and to know where it is at all times. If a knife is found unattended, the employee it has been assigned to will be disciplined. If an employee loses their knife, it will be replaced at the company's expense up to 2 times. If additional replacement knives are required, the employee will be responsible for purchasing a replacement or paying the cost of a replacement.